Hey you guys, it's me again. While I still have just a little bit of sunlight or natural light left, I want to go ahead and hurry up and do this tag video. No one tagged me for this video. I just saw Chrissy Clark. She did this tag and I thought this tag was one of the more relevant tags. So I just wanted to go ahead and do this tag. So if you want to see this tag, which is called, what is this tag? The name of the tag will be in the title because I can't remember off the top of my head right now what the name of the tag is, but I'm just going to go ahead and get into it. So question number 1 is, name one thing that you think every woman should learn. I think that the one thing every woman should learn or know is herself. If we don't know ourselves as women, how are we going to present ourselves to other people? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't know yourself, then how can you present yourself as yourself? I can't really explain what I'm saying, but I just think all women should know themselves. And when I say themselves, I mean they should know their wants, their needs, their standards, you know? Like, things like you should have a list of things that you would just, like a no-nonsense list of things that you were just not going to budge on, and I think every woman should learn that. The second question is, name 2 books every woman should read. And because I like the raunchier novels, the urban novels, the 2 books that I said, Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Souljah, I think that is a really good book. It's not too raunchy. And it also just has a good message. It was just a really good book. And the second book that I would say every woman should read, and it doesn't matter who you are, how conservative you are, I don't care. Every woman should read the 50 Shades of Grey trilogy. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you do for a living. Every woman needs to read this book because this book is just it's one of the better books. And if you want to get a little bit more educational, I think that I have one book that every black woman should read, and it is called The Science of Black Hair. I'm not sure who the author is right now. I will link it somewhere in the annotations, but every black woman should read The Science of Black Hair, just because we need to understand our hair. We need to understand that just because we're black women and we have a different texture of hair, and Caucasian people and Indian and, you know, all those different ethnicities, that we can't grow our hair long. That is an urban myth. We can grow our hair just as long as they can, and it can be just as healthy as their hair. So I think every black woman should read The Science of Black Hair. Name 3 things every woman should have. I think that the 3 things every woman should have is, the first thing is independence. I think that every woman should have some form of independence. Now, I don't mean like the girls that take it overboard. It's like, I just don't need nobody to do nothing for me. I can do everything on my own. Yes, you might be able to do everything on your own, but you still, every once in a while, you want that feel good to let somebody do something else for you or do something for you. So when I say independence, every woman should have independence, I say that along the lines of, if you're in a relationship, you should have enough independence that if at any point that relationship ends, you should be able to carry on with your life, you know, without the help. That's what I mean by independence. You have to have some form of independence where that you're not relying 100% on someone else to take care of you. Okay? The second thing I think every woman should have is selflessness. And I think every woman should have selflessness, just because selflessness always leads to blessings. So if you have selflessness, whether it be selflessness for your kids, selflessness for your family, your friends, anything like that, I just think every woman should have selflessness, just because. The third thing I think that every woman should have, I think every woman should have a low tolerance for BS. And I'm not just talking about BS from men, I'm talking about BS from everybody. You never want anybody to walk all over you. And even if you exude the type of personality that people think that they can walk all over you, you always need to have that level where you're like, okay, look, you done got me to this level and I'm about to show you, no. I don't have no tolerance for it and I don't have time for it. So I think every woman should have low tolerance for BS. Number 4 is, name 4 things every woman should know. Okay, number one would be, I think every woman should know her self-worth. Every woman should know that, because you can't just fall for anything. And I cannot right now, for the life of me, think of what that saying is. If you stand for anything, you'll fall for everything. And you don't want that. So you want to be able to know your self-worth, and you don't ever want to settle for something less than what you think that you're capable of or that you can do. The second thing I would say every woman should know is that there is no limit to anything that a woman can do. It doesn't matter what career it is. It doesn't matter what restraints the man has on things that women should and could and can and won't do. I think that every woman should know that there is no limit. We can do anything that a man can do just as good, if not better, than a man can do it. I think that and this is not just for every woman. I just think that people in general should always be able to separate professional from unprofessional. And when I say that, I mean, like when I'm talking to you guys, there's been times where I've just had to lay back real, my accent starts to come out, and I'm just real comfortable. When I go to work, I don't talk like that at work. I never want you guys to think that the way that I'm comfortable with you guys on YouTube is the way that I'm comfortable at work. No, my persona completely changes when I'm at work. I enunciate better. I, talk in complete sentences. I complete the whole word instead of saying nothing and ain't. I don't talk that way at work. I talk completely different at work, and I think that every person should be able to do that. They should be able to separate their work attitude and their work persona from their home persona. Number 4 is, I think that every woman should know how a lady should act. I've been in situations where I've seen so many women act in ways other than a lady should act. Now, you might say, like, who are you to say how a lady should act? I just always think that a lady should be a lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, obviously we have our times, like when we go out and drink with our friends and stuff, where we're not going to act like a lady, but that's just all in plain fun. But you shouldn't be, I don't think you should be acting like that 24/7. Like, it's an on and off switch for it. Just like the professional and unprofessionalism. There's an on and off switch. Like, I think a lady should be a lady at all times. I'm not perfect. I have had times where I've stepped out of my ladyisms, and I've gotten, I rolled the neck and pointed the finger and raised the voice. But that's human nature. But we shouldn't act like. Basically, what I'm saying is that we shouldn't act like that all the time. Situations happen where that person might want you to act out of your character. But I think a lady should always be able to tame herself to a certain extent. And then that's when it comes into the low tolerance for BS thing. Like, once you've tamed yourself and that person, like, if that person keeps bothering you, then that's up to you whether or not you want to step out of your character. But until you get to that point, then I think that a lady should always act like a lady. Okay, so that was it. It was just 4 questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this tag. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, or anything, just please put them in the description, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.